Welcome to part 2. We're making a simple saving and loading system for GameMaker. In this video, we're going to make it to where the game will actually load whatever room the player was in when they saved the game. Don't forget to follow me on x.com/Wizardy to see pictures of my cat and other projects here. Okay, so I went ahead and made a kind of a main menu here because you're going to need one for this to work. A place where they can start a new game or load a save game. So we have Wizardy's Super Stupid Game. Press N for new game, press L to load a save game. Now, loading's not going to do anything, but if we press N, it's going to take us to what we had in part 1. By the way, part 1 is in the description of this video. I encourage you to watch that first. So we're going to move up here. We're going to damage our health, press F5. We're going to save the game. Now, there's a few things that we need to do for all this to work. The first thing is open up your object game save and make this a persistent object. That means it's going to travel across rooms. It's not going to destroy itself when you change rooms. It'll travel across the whole game. Obviously, make a room main menu like I did. I put a GUI in there so we could, so things can function. Then what we're going to do is in this main menu, we're actually going to put the object game save here, and we're going to go to our room 1, which is the game room we were playing in. We're going to delete the game save from here because it's a persistent object now, so we don't need it. And then we have room 2, which is a room that we're going to travel to on our player, and all we have there is object player. And then in room 1, we also just have object player. We don't need this object buffers. Don't need that at all. So yeah, then that should be it for the room stuff. Let's see. Next thing that you're going to want to do is go to let's start here. Go to your save game script, and I just want to point out what we're doing. In part 1, we made it to where we already saved the string, the name of whatever room the player saved in. So we're already saving it, but it's the loading it that we have to expand on. So it's saving it as a string using this function called roomGetName. So essentially what this is saving, or what we just saved, is the name of our room by its asset name, which is room 1. So, this wouldn't work if we did like room go to, room 1. So we're going to have to convert this string that we turned it into the actual asset. And I'll show you how to do that. So I just wanted to point out, in our save game, if you watch part 1, you're already saving this, the room. Now let's go to our load game, because this is really where we're going to be expanding everything. And actually, we're going to be changing a whole lot of this. So you can see we're already loading it as a string. But like I said, we're going to really be changing this. So I'm going to leave this code be, but I'm going to erase it. I'm just going to use it. I'm not even going to use it as reference. I'm just going to change it up. So we're going to do it this way now. Instead of like object player x equals whatever, we're going to say this. Var saved x equals, this is our x position. We're just going to make these local variables. Var saved y. Var saved hit points. Okay, so there we go. Then we're going to go ahead and clean it up. Going to delete it here. And then after we delete this buffer, we're going to say room go to. Now we're going to say asset get index saved room. There we go. This will convert that string into the actual ID of the room, which is room 1. So there we go. Let's go ahead and test out what happens. So now when we click L, game has been loaded. It does load the room, but it did not load the X and the Y and the hit points, obviously. So that's where our game save object's going to come in again. We're going to create an alarm 0 event, which I've already done here. And this is where we're going to actually restore the object player's stuff, if you will. So now that I think about it, I'm going to go back to load game because I have these as local variables, so that's not going to work. So I'm just going to delete all this. We should declare these in the create event of game save, but whatever, we're not going to. Just make sure they're not local variables because we're going to put those in the alarm here. So alarm 0, and actually, I'm sorry. I'm thinking faster than my body's moving. go back to load game, and we're actually going to want to declare an alarm. So actually, let's see. We'll just put it after we go into the room. We're going to say alarm 0 equals, you can play around with this number, but essentially we want to make sure that we're in the room, number 1, and the object player is actually created, number 2, before we assign the X and the Y and the hit points to our object player, obviously. So since this is running out of the object game save, that's where we have our alarm 0. That's where we're going to make all that magic happen. So we're going to say if instance exists, object player, then we're going to assign everything. What was it? Saved X? Was that right? I hope so. Save Y, and then hit points. And this is really all there is. Hit points. Put that there too. Just want to double check that those variables are right. And they are. All right, that should be it. Now, when we click F5, we're going to click L to load. Game's been loaded. There you go. It's that easy. So you can see what we did. We just changed some stuff around. Instead of instantly assigning it to our players, X, Y hit points, we put that in an alarm, made sure we had the room loaded first, then in that alarm, then we did it. There was a little bit of a delay on there. So if we click L again, see that little delay there? And you can just play with it. We can probably set this to 1 and get away with it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can. Click L. Yeah. So there it is instantaneously. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want me to expand on this saving and loading system, I certainly can. I just need to hear from you. I need to know what you want. So leave a comment. Leave a like. I'm trying to post more often on the channel. Once again, thank you to all the subscribers, everybody that's stuck with this channel so many years. I love you guys more than you realize. I mean, I really do. I kind of stalk you if you didn't know that, especially the people on our Discord. I'm joking. I don't actually do that. But join our Discord. The link for that is in the description. And like I said, follow me on X. You get pictures of my cat. See ya.